Hi, welcome to Taniel Tries with metrouk. I am Taniel Mustafa, I'm a lifestyle reporter for Metro, and every week I'm going to be bringing you a different beauty product that I've been testing and trying, and I'm going to give you my honest thoughts. So this week we're looking at something quite exciting. I've been sent Tatcha's The Silk Canvas. So if you don't know, Tatcha is a brand that's huge in the US and it's recently come to the UK. In the first product drop for the UK, this wasn't included, and I was quite shocked because this is like the product they're probably most known for. Also, they have a face mist that's really popular, but this is up there. So I was really shocked when they didn't include that initially. Now in a second drop of products, it has been included, and now it's available in the UK, which is very exciting. This is one of those products that beauty editors would go over to the US and bring back because it's so coveted. So it's a skin primer, and it's meant to be great to use under foundation. So I'm going to do a first impressions and tell you exactly what I think of it. It does come with a little scoop, but I've lost mine, and realistically I'm just going to be using my fingers for this. So as soon as I open this, I got quite a strong smell. I'm not sure, it smells kind of floral. It's quite gentle, like a light white floral kind of fragrance. But if you don't like fragrance, you'll definitely notice this when you open it, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, we're just gonna go in and break. I don't want to destroy the perfect clean top of this, but we're going to. Okay, so it's quite hard actually. You do need to dig your finger in a bit, but once you've sort of broken the seal at the top, it's very easy to get the product. Now they say a little goes a long way, so I'm gonna just first work with this. I don't know if it's leaving me too much, and just sort of put this over the whole face. I might take a little bit more actually, just for the chin. Okay, so on first impressions, this feels really nice to apply. I was worried it was going to feel quite silicone heavy, just because a lot of primers that are in this format in a pot generally do. And e.l.f., if you don't know, they're a much more affordable high street beauty brand. They have a dupe for this that's been on the market in the UK for years now. It always sells out, and I've tried that, and that feels much more silicone-y on my skin compared to this. So this is already sort of winning over that dupe for me. I'm now going to go and put the base on and see how this applies over the top, see if it actually looks any better than how my makeup normally would. So I'm back and I've applied just foundation and concealer. I didn't want to do any other makeup because I really want to show you how this looks on my skin and zoom you in a little bit more. Now for transparency, I'm 26 years old, so I do have some fine lines around my eyes, and here I get sometimes foundation settles here, but obviously I don't have the skin of say a 40-year-old. But what I will say is my pores, they're still there, they still exist, but they are by no means as sort of prevalent as they normally look when I have foundation over the top, especially around my nose. This is the area where foundation, if it's going to show up and sort of sit in pores, that will be where it is. So I'm quite impressed, particularly with the way it looks on my nose. The other thing is primers that are like this sort of formula, ones that are quite silicone heavy and sort of are more about prolonging makeup, and you know, it's got the word silk in the name. It's supposed to make the skin feel really silky smooth. I often find that my dry skin doesn't play too well with that. I need something that's more hydrating. However, my dry skin, especially again, I get it around my nose, you can't see it. Like it is, my makeup is just sitting flawlessly on top. And the other thing to say is I applied half my foundation using a brush and half with just my fingers, and you couldn't tell the difference. Normally, depending on the formula, I used a sort of medium coverage foundation. Normally that works better with a brush. However, this was so easy to apply with fingers. My skin felt really smooth. I definitely felt like there was a layer. There is a layer of product you can feel when you're applying it, but it's not unpleasant and it doesn't feel heavy. And it just makes the application process a lot easier. I'm genuinely impressed by this because I'm not really a primer person, so I do get the hype. I'm just going to take you in a little bit closer on my skin. Obviously something like a primer is really hard to show how it looks because the idea is that it looks invisible and it's just enhancing what goes on top. But I will just show you the reality of my skin. It's quite clear at the moment, which is nice, but there is some slight texture on my cheek. I do have pores that are still visible, but like I said, I think this has filled them in a bit more, some fine lines. But overall, I think this has made my makeup sit fairly flawlessly. So I'm now going to do the rest of my makeup. I'm heading out for dinner this evening, so I'm going to check in at the end of the night and give you an update on how I think my makeup has held up, if this foundation is holding up just as well as it normally would, or if it's even better. I'm back home many hours later, and as you can see, my makeup has held up pretty well. Some foundation has gone from my nose, but otherwise I'm really impressed.